In one of the elite hotels in city, Margaret, a Manhattan district attorney, finds herself in deep trouble when a young man she met at the hotel bar ends up dead in her room. Panicked, she dials a number she was given for emergencies like this and enlists the help of a professional fixer. The man on other side asks her that who gave her his contact number. She says that she can't disclose the name of the person, but he said that you are an expert and professional in your line of work. Meanwhile, a man arrives at the hotel in his car. He arrives to take care of the situation. Margaret tells him that the kid had been jumping on the bed, lost his balance and crashed through a glass drinks cart. She tells him that they met in a bar in a hotel lobby, and that no one saw them together. Just as he gets to work, another fixer shows up, who is sent by the hotel's mysterious owner, Pam. Pam had been watching everything unfold through hidden cameras in the room. Pam and Margaret know that the hotel's reputation and Margaret's career are on the line, so they urge the two fixers to work together, despite their clear reluctance. The first fixer refuses at first, but Margaret reminds him that he's now on the surveillance footage and repeats something she was told about him. You take a job, you give your word, and that word is the measure of a man. With no other choice, the fixers team up. They cover Margaret's tracks, change her clothes and send her home with a solid alibi. As they handle the situation, the fixers find a massive stash of drugs in the kid's bag. Pam orders them to return the drugs to their rightful owners to avoid further complications. Meanwhile, Margaret's fixer moves the body using a luggage cart. He takes the luggage cart to his car and puts him in the trunk. But something shocking happens. They realize the kid isn't dead, the kid is still alive and he is just overdosed. Thinking fast, they knock the kid out and stash him in the trunk of a car. From the looks of the drugs, they suspect they belong to the Albanian mafia, especially since a major shipment was recently stolen. Pam's fixer tells Margaret's fixer that he knows someone who can take care of the situation. Margaret's fixer, being reluctant at first, agrees to go according to the other fixer's plan. While reaching at the location, they realize that they both take services from the same person named June. They take the kid to June, an underground medical specialist with history with both men. However, the half-conscious, underwear-clad kid manages to escape, leading them on a chaotic chase through the city. Margaret's fixer chasing him through car while Pam's fixer runs after him. It turns out in quite a chase. When they finally catch him, they sober him up using pills from June and take him to a cheap hotel in order to be cautious that no one gets each other's location. They threaten him and get the truth out of him. He had agreed to deliver the drugs as a favor for his friend Diego but ended up in Margaret's room, trying them out on impulse. The delivery location will be sent to Diego's pager at a nightclub. On their way to the club, the kids asks them if they are partners. Both of the fixers says no straight away. But the kid doesn't believe them. At the club, the fixers watch as the kid retrieves the pager. But he is taken by the security. Both fixers tries to follow him, but things take a turn when they get caught up in a wedding kilo and cross paths with Dimitri, a dangerous Croatian mobster. Thinking on their feet, they convince him they're not working together. They even create a fight scene in front of him and leave, but Dimitri's bodyguard isn't fooled. He notices that the gun's security lock is on. They were never gonna shoot each other. Later, at a diner, the fixers put the pieces together. Diego's boss, drug kingpin Lagrange, likely stole the Albanian's shipment, and the kid is just a pawn in the game. They suspect he'll be killed during the delivery but decide to let things play out, keeping a close eye on him. If the mafia kills the kids, then they will walk away, but if he comes out alive, one of them will have to kill him. Only through that the job will be done. The kid heads to Lagrange's warehouse for the drop and soon, all hell breaks loose. The Albanians ambush the place. Meanwhile, the fixers themselves are ambushed by Dimitri's men but manage to take them out and rush inside. By the time they get there, Lagrange's men and the Albanians have already wiped each other out. Miraculously, the kid survives by hiding in a car trunk. The fixers consider tying up loose ends by killing him but have a change of heart at the last second. Instead, they take him home on the subway and make it clear to his father that he needs to keep his mouth shut about everything that happened. The night ends with the fixers sharing breakfast at a Brighton Beach diner. Though they've clearly bonded, having more in common than they'd care to admit, from their bad backs to their reading glasses, they still won't openly acknowledge it. Curious, one of them asks how Pam convinced the other to work with him. He smirks and say that he was told, "You take a job, you give your word, and that word is the measure of a man." That's when it clicks, they have the same employer and they weren't just hired for a job. They were being set up. Realizing they were meant to be eliminated, they look outside and spot hitmen waiting for them. With no time to waste, they make a deal. If they survive, they'll finally exchange names. Then without hesitation they open fire. So guys, what do you think about this recap? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe our channel. See you in the next one.